Good evening and welcome. My name is Justin Hughes and I am a member of the Education and Forum Committee. We are glad you could join us here tonight. We are conducting this event to learn what you think about our project, and there will be several opportunities for you to express your opinions, so please respond. In addition to the index card you receive when you arrive, there are 3 poster boards, each with a single question positioned outside around the room. Please answer these via the post-it note at any time during the evening. After our Q&A time, we'd like you to answer a survey, either on paper or electronically on your phone or computer. You may get the survey by a QR code posted around the room. Before you meet the monument sculptors and team, I'd like to give a brief background about this project. Raising the Shade is made possible by a grant from Monuments Across Appalachian, Virginia, which is funded by the Mellon Foundation and housed at Virginia Tech. Our local NAACP is the official recipient and manager of the grant. There is more to Franklin County's Civil War history than people might know. Often overlooked is the story of the United States colored troops and the role of the African Americans in securing the freedoms of enslaved people, as well as promoting equality, opportunity, and justice for all Americans. Our project, Raising the Shade, Franklin County, 1850 to 1910, will explore what life was like before, during, and after the Civil War by engaging the community in conversation and activities from now till December 2025. We hope to hear from you and others over the next 16 months, and we will present educational activities and resources for our community, offering insights into diverse aspects of Civil War history. This includes a major educational forum on May 31st, 2025. That is May 31, 2025. So put that into your calendars right now. Save that date. Once again, May 31, 2025. All right. Our project will culminate in erecting a monument honoring the 70 USCT veterans whose birthplace was noted as Franklin County, Virginia, in military records. The monument will serve as a lasting tribute to the courage and sacrifice of the African American veterans who fought for their own personal freedoms and the preservation of these United States. It will encourage the community to learn more about the significant role that African Americans played in shaping our nation. We intend for the monument to promote unity within our community, standing as a symbol of our shared history and the progress we have made here together. There are many people involved in this project and in tonight's event. If we thank them all individually, our main speakers will only have 15 to 20 minutes. So we will recognize them as a group. We appreciate everyone who is working on this project, and we ask them to stand right now and be recognized. Everybody from working on this project, please stand and be recognized. This project began with the research of Miss Glenna Moore, a Franklin County native who returned in 1997 to teach in our school system before retiring in 2013. She will speak briefly about her story of discovery which led to this project. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Glenna Moore.
Oh my goodness. Okay, let me get this 3 minutes done. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for your support of Raising the Shade, highlighting a frequently untold and untaught Franklin County history. My assignment is to briefly describe how we came to know about the enlistment of 70 United States colored troops soldiers born in Franklin County, Virginia. Men who fought to preserve the Union and to help free 4 million enslaved people by the end of the Civil War. It was around 2020 when my son Darnell announced that he found an online article about the 220 Black soldiers assigned to the 45th U.S. Colored Infantry, West Virginia, during the Civil War recruitment of American soldiers. 177 of the 220 earned medals that remain unclaimed even today at the West Virginia State Archives. Among those names were 3 from Franklin County: Private Robert Atkins, Private James Monroe, and Corporal Wesley Wades. The article prompted me to do serious research for more information about these lesser-known American soldiers, and especially those from Franklin County. A Google search led me to the website of the Shenandoah Valley Black Heritage Project, where I found 70 USCT soldiers who were born in Franklin County, Virginia. It blew me away. This sounded too good to be true. I needed to make sure the information was accurate before I shared it with others. I contacted the project director, Robin Lytle, to ask her about their research techniques. She described how the information was gathered through U.S. Census records, Ancestry.com, and military records in the National Archives through Fold3.com. Robin told me that Franklin County is not technically in the Shenandoah Valley, but their research team found so many soldiers from Franklin County, they decided to add us to the published book, We Honor Those Who Served. Now, my challenge was how to share this newfound information, and untold Franklin County history with others, especially Black citizens who, like me, were not taught that we fought for our own freedom in the Civil War. My opportunity came when Henry Turnage encouraged Franklin County citizens to join him in 3-minute public comments before the Board of Supervisors in 2020 to move the Confederate statue to a more appropriate space. My very first of 40 3-minute public comments was at the July 2020 board meeting. To present 70 names to the Board of Supervisors, I needed at least 9 minutes. So on July 20th, 2020, my daughter-in-law Shannon, and my oldest granddaughter Brianna split the list in thirds, and we presented the names, ranks, and military units to the Franklin County Board of Supervisors. That strategy took every second of the 9 minutes, but we did it. There was only one response from the Board of Supervisors. They all looked perplexed, like this was the first time they had heard this history. Their policy is to not respond to public comments, but there was one verbal response. Tim Tatum responded that these soldiers need to be recognized. NAACP member and experienced grant writer Kathy Cummings encouraged us to seek grant opportunities to share our newly found information. Ed Saunders found such, and here we are. Let's celebrate the bravery and accomplishments of the United States colored troops with a monument that will be visible and easily accessible to all. Thank you so much. It's Glenna Moore. I live at 45 Scenic River Drive in Rocky Mount. When you see something that is not right, not fair, not just, you have to speak up. You have to say something. You have to do something. Congressman John Lewis. You may think the statue perched on its high pedestal is telling the whole story about the Southern Confederate experience, but something very important is missing. The Confederate statue on the courthouse lawn does not acknowledge the 185,000 Black men who fought on the Union side during the Civil War. They wanted to secure the promise that President Lincoln made with the Emancipation Proclamation. Let me tell you about patriotism. There's record now that 60 plus Black men left Franklin County and volunteered to serve their country in the newly formed United States Colored Troops. They fought for their liberty and the liberty of their families, and they fought for your liberty. I'd like to give those names, please. I think I only have time to maybe give 10 or 12 of those names. Private John Adams, Company H, 50th United States Colored Infantry. Private Archibald Allen, 5th United States Colored Heavy Artillery. Private James Arnold, Company C, 18th United States Colored Infantry. Private Edward Arrington, 17th United States Colored Infantry, Company F. Private Robert Atkins, Company H, 45th United States Colored Infantry. Private Herod Beverly, Company D, 5th United States Colored Infantry, and his brother, Private Samuel Beverly, Company B, 5th United States Colored Infantry. Only one of those brothers came back to Franklin County. Private Burrell Boone, 37th United States Colored Infantry. I'd just like to say the young people of all colors continue to be good trouble. It's time to stop worshiping false idols.
Shannon Moore.
Good evening. My name is Shannon Moore. I live in Rocky Mount, and I'm going to do a continuation of those gentlemen. Local history. Mr. Carter, you mentioned history, so I'm going to give you some local history. Gentlemen who left Franklin County voluntarily to go fight for the right side of history so that I could have the opportunity today to stand in front of you. Your sign here says Franklin County, a natural setting for opportunity. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for some of these men. So, Private Reuben Boyd, Private John Briggs, Private William Brown, Caswell Calloway, James Schaefers, James Cherez, Daniel Corbett, Henry Dodd, Samuel Dudley, Buford Early, Corporal Samuel Franklin, Private Richard Giles, Lewis Gill, Henry Helm, John Henry, Jordan Holland, Corporal George Holland, Private Smith Holloway, Private Peter Hooks, Private Charles Houston, Private Jordan Hughes, John James, Private Edward Jones, Private Andrew Jones, Private John Jones, Private Charles Lawrence, Private Sandy Lewis, John Lynn, Private James Monroe, Private Samuel Monroe, Corporal Stephen Nolan, Private George Patterson, Private Paul Pearson, Private Lloyd Phillips, Private Henry Pulliman, Private Peter Radford, Private Peter Rivers, Private Jordan Roberts, Private Paul R. Robertson, Private David Robinson, Private James Ross, Corporal Jeremiah Sanders, Private Sam Smith, Private Samuel Smothers, Private Robert Stevenson, Private Robert Stokes, Enos Stokes, Private Henry Sweat, Private Josiah Tate, Private Granville Tate, Corporal William Thompson, First Sergeant Geo Thompson, Private John Triplett, Private Louis Turk, Sergeant Richard Vons, Corporal Wesley Wades, Private Edmund West, Private Edmund West, Artificer Isaac White, Private Philip Williams, Private Jesse Woods, Private Squire Woods, Dawson Wright, and First Class Boy Broyce Prince. Again, when you see something that's not right, not fair, not just, you have to speak up, you have to say something, you have to do something. John Lewis. Thank you.
Mariah Moore.
Hi, my name is Mariah Moore. I live at 131 Beverly Hills Circle, Rocky Mount, Virginia. I am 10 years old and I will be 11 in 2 weeks. I am older than the statue. It isn't history and it needs to be moved. I am 10 years old and like many people of your generation, I don't agree with participation trophies. So let's move that big one from in front of our courthouse. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.